Hey everyone, hope you guys are having a great day, and for today's video I want to go back and talk about why I think that Pokemon XYZ is the best series of Pokemon of all time. So let's get started. Let's ignore the fact that Ash lost the Kalos League for a sec, as hard as that may be. But if you don't want to ignore it, think about this. If you read all the reviews and reactions from episode 38 where Ash had lost, you'll see a number of comments start with things like, Pokemon XY made me like the show again because of how good it was. Stop right there. Pokemon XY made me like the show again. So you agree with me that's an amazing series? Cool? Okay, cool. But even with the result of the Kalos League, you all still have to admit, XY and XYZ are pretty daggum good. And I just want to give a couple reasons why that is. First, let's talk about the characters. Each character in the series basically has their own story to them, whether it be Clement being an ex-gym leader, like a gym leader on vacation or something, or Bonnie making friends with freaking Zygarde. Then we have Ash, who for the first time in almost 20 years actually looks like he aged a little bit, and maybe it's just my opinion, he looks a lot smarter too and more strategic than in the past. But then we have Serena. Serena is probably the most developed character in the history of the show outside of Ash. We have an amazing background story, meeting Ash as a little kid in Pallet Town. We know her mom is an ex-Rhyhorn racer. We saw her develop from being a girl who had no idea what she wanted to do, but knew she didn't want to follow in her mom's footsteps as a racer, and slowly become the second best performer in the entire freaking Kalos region. Oh, and then there's a whole Amore shipping thing, which adds an entire new element to the show and actually gives the fans some hope for an emotional end to the series, just based on how Serena interacts with Ash and how she is obviously crushing on Ash. And don't get me wrong, Ash has shown some hints too that he likes Serena, but that Amore shipping thing is like a whole other can of worms that I don't want to get that much into, but I support it 100%. Next, we could talk about the story. Granted, in the beginning, it was just sort of the cut and dry, get the gym badge, go to the next city type of thing, but when we were firmly introduced to Mega Evolution and we followed the whole Mega Lucario arc, that's when the series really took off in my opinion. When Mega Lucario was losing control and started beating on Pikachu, it was legit scary how it was animated, and I freaking loved it. We had several different little story arcs in the show, like the Mega Lucario arc, the Summer Camp, which led to a couple of good Amore shipping moments, and the whole Ninja arc of the show when Frogadier evolved into Greninja and we were first introduced to Ash Greninja form, but I'll get into that in a second. The previous series didn't have much of these. Granted, the Groudon, Kyogre, and Hone was pretty good, but some of these little single episodes also had major stories to them as well. There was an episode where a little Pokemon was looking for the grandma that took care of him, and the grandma had actually died, so they visited the cemetery and everything, and it was just so sad, and I loved it. And also there has been many Ash and Pikachu emotional episodes like everyone loves. I'm talking about episodes like Pikachu's Goodbye in Kanto, and the one where he actually gets amnesia in Hoenn, and then battles the Raichu and Sinnoh, but I think these little single episode storylines really make up for that. And with the new Team Flare arc coming up, Zygarde attacking the city, a potential Zygarde versus Zygarde battle, and a prediction nearly 40 episodes ago by Olympia coming true, the series really doesn't seem to be slowing down after running over that speed bump of last week. I don't really want to talk about Ash's rivals in this series. I'm not saying they're not good, because I think each one has their own unique connection to Ash, which is really fun to see develop over time. I just don't want to get into Elan and then get into, the league. Ash Greninja deserves a conversation in its own right. This was probably the best thing that's ever been introduced into the series. A mysterious form that's only been seen twice in a century, and it's accomplished by Ash of all people, really added to everything the show already had going for it. And when we saw Ash Greninja go up against the champion and almost win, that just put icing on the cake for me. I get that Ash Greninja lost in the league, blah 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 blah, but you gotta admit, it's pretty freaking cool, and it's something we've never seen before, like ever. I can make an hour-long rant about how XYZ is the best series there is, but I know a lot of people who have been watching since the beginning are going to say the first season was the best. And hey, I'm right there with you guys. I've been watching since the beginning as well. But if we just take those nostalgia goggles off for just 1 second, we'll realize that the first season, although it may always have a special place in our hearts, has got nothing on the XY and XYZ anime. Oh, and the animation of XYZ is freaking beautiful as well. The list can go on and on and on, all the way from the character design, to the Pokemon design, to the storyline, to the interactions, to the Amore shipping. Everything about XY and XYZ is just so much better and more quality than what we've seen before. You can't help but admit the series was something special. I say was because Ash lost the freaking league. And those are just a couple of reasons why that I think that XYZ is by far the best Pokemon series there has ever been. Now this video was made prior to the ending of XYZ. It's an audio file I had on my computer that I actually uploaded to a different channel of mine, but I felt like it would be more fitting here. Am I disappointed the way things ended in XYZ? A little bit. I felt like Ash Greninja didn't really fulfill that prophecy to the extent that he should have. I mean, I didn't really see him stand out that much in that final battle against the fake Zygarde and Lysander, but I thought how all the leaders came together to defend Kalos was a good way to end things. And how every character had their own happy ending, and then the Amore shipping kiss was just like icing on the cake for me. But that's all I got for you guys today. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section, hit that sub button for me if you want to see more Pokemon videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.